What if I told you the most shocking SUV reveal of 2027 doesn't come from Mercedes, doesn't come from BMW, and doesn't come from anywhere you'd expect? It comes from a brand you thought you already understood. Because what's sitting in front of us right now is not the Dacia you remember. This is something else entirely. The channel where we don't just look at a car, we take it apart piece by piece until you understand exactly why it matters. If you've been here before, you know we don't do surface-level walkarounds. We go deeper. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why this next-generation Grand Bigster might be the single biggest identity shift any budget-focused brand has ever attempted. Stick around, because there's a detail hiding inside this cabin that most people are going to scroll right past. And it might be the smartest design decision on the entire vehicle. Let's start with the exterior, because this is where the story gets interesting immediately. For years, Dacia built its entire reputation on one word: practical. Nothing flashy, nothing you'd stop and stare at in a parking lot. That era is over. Look at this front fascia. That full-width light signature stretching corner to corner isn't just a styling trend borrowed from luxury brands. It's a statement. It's the car saying, before you even read the badge, that something has changed. The grille sits lower, wider, more aggressive, almost predatory in how it catches light. And those vertical LED strips flanking the intakes? That's not decoration. That's the kind of lighting architecture we normally associate with vehicles costing 3 times as much. Now walk around the side, and you start to notice the proportions are different too. The roofline has been stretched and lowered just enough to create tension in the silhouette. That visual trick where a big SUV somehow still looks like it wants to move. The wheel arches are more sculpted, pushed outward to accommodate a wider stance. And depending on trim, you're looking at wheels that would have felt completely out of place on a Dacia 5 years ago. Massive, multi-spoke, chrome-finished designs that catch every bit of ambient light around them. This is aerodynamics meeting attitude, and it's clear the design team wasn't just told to make it bigger. They were told to make it matter. And then there's the rear. That illuminated badge treatment, the connected taillight bar, the way the exhaust finishers are integrated into a diffuser-style lower bumper. None of this reads as budget anymore. It reads as intentional. It reads as a brand that looked at where the market was heading and decided it wasn't going to be left behind. But here's the real question, and I want you to sit with this for a second. Can a brand built on affordability actually pull off premium without losing what made people trust it in the first place? Stay with me, because the interior might just answer that. Step inside, and the transformation continues in a way that genuinely surprised me. This isn't a cabin anymore, it's a cocoon. The seating you're looking at feels borrowed from a chauffeur-driven luxury sedan, not a family SUV. Deep quilted stitching, plush headrests, and in the top configuration, seats that recline far enough to feel like a business-class experience on wheels. Ambient lighting traces the door panels and dashboard in soft gold accents, shifting subtly depending on drive mode, time of day, or even your personal preference. It's a small detail, but it's the kind of thing that changes how a cabin feels the moment the door closes behind you. The dashboard itself is dominated by a sweeping dual-screen layout. A fully digital instrument cluster flowing directly into a widescreen infotainment display, wrapped in genuine wood trim and metallic accents that catch the light instead of hiding from it. And this is where things get genuinely futuristic. The system isn't just responding to touch anymore, it's learning from you. Predictive climate adjustments, personalized drive profiles, voice recognition that understands natural conversation instead of rigid commands. Say you're cold, and it just responds. No menus, no searching. That's the direction the entire industry is heading, and it looks like this next-generation Bigster isn't waiting around to catch up. Now here's something most reviews are going to skip right past, and it's the detail I mentioned earlier. Look at the rear seat configuration in the top trim. Individual captain's chairs, a floating center console, and rear seat displays that turn the back row into its own private command center. This isn't just a family hauler anymore. This is a vehicle designed for someone who might not even be driving it themselves. Think about what that says about where this SUV is trying to position itself. Let's talk about what's actually powering all of this, because the technology underneath is just as ambitious as what you see on the surface. Multiple powertrain paths are expected here, ranging from efficient hybrid setups built for daily practicality, all the way up to a fully electrified option designed for those who want performance without compromise. The suspension has been reworked for a noticeably smoother ride, tuned to soak up rough roads without losing composure through corners, striking that balance every SUV chases but few actually achieve. This isn't about chasing lap times. It's about making every single mile, whether it's a school run or a cross-country trip, feel effortless. And then there's the driver assistance suite, which leans heavily into where the industry is genuinely headed. Adaptive cruise systems that read traffic patterns before you do. Lane centering that feels natural instead of fighting your inputs. Automated parking that handles tight spaces without a second thought. Over-the-air updates mean this SUV isn't a finished product the day you buy it. It keeps evolving, receiving new features and refinements the same way your phone does. That alone represents a massive shift in how we should be thinking about vehicle ownership going forward. Safety, predictably, has been elevated to match everything else. A full suite of collision mitigation systems, blind spot monitoring that accounts for cyclists and pedestrians, not just other vehicles, and a structural design built around real-world crash performance rather than just meeting minimum requirements. It's the kind of safety net that lets you relax behind the wheel instead of constantly second-guessing the road around you. Practicality hasn't been forgotten either, and honestly, this might be the most important part of the entire story. Cargo space remains genuinely massive. Flexible seating configurations make it adaptable for families, weekend trips, or hauling gear most SUVs in this size class simply can't handle. It's still built to be lived in, not just admired in a showroom. That's the balancing act here. Luxury and lighting and screens mean nothing if the vehicle can't still function as a daily companion for real life. So who is this actually for? It's for the family that wants premium without the premium badge attached to it. It's for the driver who's tired of paying extra just for a name on the grille. And it's for anyone who's been quietly watching this segment evolve and wondering when a brand would finally deliver serious technology and genuine comfort without the inflated price tag that usually comes attached to it. This next-generation Grand Bigster isn't just a bigger, nicer version of what came before. It's a glimpse at where the entire industry is heading, proof that the line between affordable and aspirational is thinner than we've ever been led to believe. The old rulebook said you had to choose. This SUV is quietly arguing that you don't have to anymore. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective on where SUVs are headed, that's exactly what this channel is built for. Let me know down in the comments what stood out to you the most. Hit subscribe if you want to stay ahead of every major reveal before everyone else catches on, and I'll see you in the next one.